Hello, welcome to this special video. It's on Excel web query. This is one very useful feature most of us are not aware of in Excel. It helps you get data from any website, maybe stocks data, sports analysis data, any table online, any data online that you need to access regularly to make some analysis. You can do it through your Excel without having to go copy data and paste in Excel or copy retype in Excel. So I'm going to show you how, using stocks as an example, since that is what most of you might probably need it for, or it's easier to explain with stocks. So I'm going to go to data, my data menu. Here I have the options. Remember, while I was showing you in the pivot table video how you can import from text, you can import external data that are text data. This time around we are going to import from web. I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance. This works exactly like your Internet Explorer, so it's more like you're surfing the web. So now I'm at Yahoo Finance. I I can decide to check on any stocks. Unfortunately, Nigerian stocks are not here, so hopefully I'm planning to fix that. I'm planning to set up a portal where you can access Nigerian stocks, something like this. But for now, nothing is existing like this for Nigerian stocks. So we're going to use some stocks in the US. So I'm going to use, let's say, Apple stock. The ticker is AAPL. So I'll search. Okay, so I have here Apple stock. So this is exactly what you will see if you are going through it through your normal web browser. And you will notice some things here. You will notice that you will see these yellow arrows. Once I put my pointer on it, change to green, and then you can see a green border around some parts of the web page. This means if I tick it, means my import, when I click import here, is going to import everything here. So definitely I'll want to import only the things I need, which will be in form of tables. So if I click this, it's going to import this as a table. If I click this also, it will import it as a table. But I don't want to do this. I want something much more useful for me, which would be historical prices. So I'm going to click on historical prices here. This is going to navigate again. I'll say yes. Okay, so here I have historical price. Let me just expand this a little. Great. So here I have historical prices of Apple for, let's see, to be about 1, 2, 3, about 3 months. Because this shows, I think, 100 entries per table. So I'm going to tick this. This is the table I want downloaded. So I want it to come into Excel so I can begin to work more on it. I can make charts, I can do whatever I want to do on it. So once I've ticked this, I'm going to click on import. It's going to ask me, similar to when you're importing text or any other external file, where do you want to start the import from? Because I want to do something else, I want to show you something else. I'm not going to start from cell A1. I'm going to start from I'm going to start from cell C1. So I'll click on OK. So it's going to run in the background and try to. This needs internet to work. It's going to need internet connection. So your PC must be connected to the internet for this to work. So now you can see it's done that. I have here my Apple stock historical prices, from as far back. Today is 28th of July, which is Monday, and The stock in US hasn't yet closed. This is so the last one is 25th Friday, so that's why you are not seeing today's one there. That's why you are not seeing anything for 27th, 26th, and obviously today. So this is how you import. This works on anything. If you are a stock fanatic and you have a website where they keep data of your best players and on leagues and things that changes regularly, and you just want to have it here. You want to measure a player's. You want to see data regarding a player. People use it a lot for sports, baseball, football, whatever is the sport you love. Fortunately for me, I'm not a sports fan. My own sport is the stocks market, so that's why I'm using stock market here. So what I want to show you next is how you can make this much more dynamic. Though this is cool on its own, obviously you can refresh. If on another day when you open this file, you can simply click refresh and it goes and it fetches you the new historical data prices for that stock, in this case Apple. So if I 4 days from now, if I just come, rather than redoing the whole process, I click refresh, then I begin to see for 30th of July, 29th of July, 28th of July, 20, then 25, because 26, 27 are weekend and stocks don't trade on weekend. So now this is one, and you obviously you can do a lot with data like this. You can begin to look at the trend. It's very useful data. So next is I'm going to I'm going to show you how you make this much more dynamic. You have a list of stocks you regularly watch. Maybe there are stocks in your portfolio and you want to keep seeing what is happening over time. You want to know if there's any trend happening, if people are beginning to dump the stock, or if it's beginning to rise, or if your predictions are probably going to come to pass or not. So I'm going to start typing out the stock tickers that I know. Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, AMD, General Electric, Cisco, Hewlett Packard, HP. I think HP is HPQ. American Express is AXP. Disney, JP Morgan, BlackBerry, Delta Airlines, IBM, ExxonMobil, Tesla, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Twitter, Home Depot, and UPS. That should be enough for this illustration. Okay, now I want to make this dynamic such that I can select for which company I want to see the historical price, and automatically the table goes and fetch me the data for that stock without me having to redo this long process of clicking here, navigating to Yahoo Finance, and that long process. That's the good thing of using Excel. You can almost automate anything as long as you can do it manually. There will be a way to do it without you pressing things, cutting steps. So I'm going to make a list where I can select any of these companies, and to do that I will use the very useful data validation to create a list. Data validation. I'll come here, I'll select list, then for source I'll select my company tickers, then enter, then OK, and yeah, I have a list of all the stocks, so I can select which one I want to see. So that's how I can that's one step to making it possible for me to dynamically choose what I want and this should repopulate. So we've done the stage 1. Stage 2 is to make sure this is tied to this. So rather than me having to manually search for a stock ticker using this from web, I will have to do a method where the Excel is going to pick whatever stock ticker that is in here, and then goes and get me this data, historical price. And one other thing, whenever I change this stock ticker, Excel should recognize I've made a change, and then it should get me the stock ticker for the new entry, whatever I've newly selected in here. It sounds a little complex, but it's very easy. I tell you, it's much more powerful than we've ever tried to use it. So trust me, it's very easy to do in Excel. So to do this, I'm going to click in any cell in this table. So I'll click here, then I'll right click, I'll see edit query, I'll click on it, and it takes me here. And what I want to do is I need to save. This is the actual query, so I need to save this. So I'll come in here, I'll do save query, and I'll save it. Let me save it in my documents. I'll give it a name that's easy for me to remember, a more meaningful name. So I'll say stock, let's use small letters, stock web query. I'll do save. So that's all I'll do. I'm not going to re-import. Once I've saved, I'll click cancel. That's all I need to do here. So I'm going to delete this table, this entire table. So I'll select everything, then I'll press on delete. It tells me, do I also want to delete the query, the associated query? I'll say yes, I'll delete everything. So now I'm back to a fresh sheet, no more data or Excel web data query in here. Remember, we've saved the query that generates that data, so we need to make a small change in that query that will make us able to dynamically link this to the query. And to do that, I'll go to my documents. I'll go open that query. This is it. I'll right click and edit with notepad. So this is that query. This is what does everything you saw in that Excel sheet. So this is where the ticker is. This is what we want to dynamically pick. You put a square bracket, you do what the title of the prompt it will give to ask for the ticker. So I'll say call that ticker. The prompt should be ticker. Then what it will ask, select. I want it to say select the ticker. Select the ticker. Yeah, that will work. So this everything in here, if you use Access a lot, you'll be familiar to something like this. So this is to tell Excel that okay, it should ask the user whenever I run this, it should ask for where the ticker is. It should create a dialog box with title ticker and then asking me select the ticker. So once I'm done, I'll save this, then I'll close, then I'll minimize this. So now I'm going to regenerate that query. I've saved it, so I'm going to bring it into Excel once again using existing connections because we've saved it. It's on our PC. So I'll say existing connections. I'll say browse for more. Then I'll go to my documents. Then I'll select it. This is it. And so Excel is going to ask me, just similar to the other one, where do I want to start it from? Yes, I want to start it from cell C1. Okay, now this is what we did. Remember, we said ticker, select ticker. Can you see? So Excel is asking me, where is the ticker? This is where the magic happens. I'm going to say this is the ticker. So whatever is in this cell is the ticker. Then next, I'm going to say for future refreshes, whenever I click on refresh, it should not ask me this question again. It should automatically go here and take whatever is here as the ticker. So that's why I'm selecting this. Then the next magic is I want, whenever what I have in this cell changes, I want Excel to also automatically refresh and get the new data. So meaning whenever I change maybe this from Cisco to Google, I want Excel to know I've changed, then it should go get me the historical price for whatever is in here. So that's just everything, and I'll click on OK, and then it goes on internet, gets me that historical price data, and this is it. So if I come here and then I select another stock, let's say I just select Disney, you can notice it's changing. You begin to see things will change here. It's already working back in the background, and you notice this 25 point here will change to something else. Yeah, so this is the stock price for Disney, and you can begin to, you could do a lot with this. If I change this to Amazon, you can see it's running background query, and soon it will change from 86 to something that is Amazon's. Voila. And so this is the data for Amazon, and I can decide to make a chart of this. I can decide I want to display this as a chart. I want to show, let's do a chart of this. Let's do for open price. Then I'll come to insert. Let's insert a line chart because we want to see a trend. And so a line chart. Great. As usual, I like using layout 3. And then let's make this a little, make it, let's give it a border. As usual, let's use something else. This is great. Which should I use? Yeah, I like green. It's easy on the eyes. So I'm going to drag this up. I'll drag it up. Drag it up, and I'll reduce the zoom so I can see this. I can get to see my charts better. Double click this. Okay, and then I'll link this to whatever it's in the ticker, so it will show the company, so equal to whatever I have here as a company. So I know this is for Amazon, and then I get to see how the price is trending. So this is okay. Obviously, I'm seeing that Amazon recently took a dip, and if I choose another stock, let's go for Google. Let's see for Google. Then this begins to run in the background. Then once it's done, you'll see ready here. You can see Google has been going up. So if Google is part of my portfolio, I will be very happy, or probably considering increasing my shares in Google. So this is a very simple use of Excel web query. Very good simple use of Excel web query. And that is it for this video. I would like you to take time out and visit our website, and especially you can get a detailed brochure of the services we offer and things you might need us for. We do custom Excel applications, not just Excel training. We do data analysis, outsourcing. You can give us your data, we help you process and make it make sense for you. You can build custom applications that automate your business processes for you, and you don't get to think, you get to have your data work for you rather than you hitting your head against the wall trying to make sense of the data. and then it's permanent. What we make for you as an application, you keep running it without anyone, and it works every day, anytime, and it saves you time, saves you resources, improves your productivity. So once again, thank you for watching this video.